transmission from District 13 with a message. The Mockingjay lives.
Well, thank you for joining us, Francis. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about why Georgia and Paris were the places that you thought would make a great place to film Mockingjay?
Luckily, the countryside really works for District 12, and there's a lot of locations in and around Atlanta that work for the Capitol. But this time, because we were doing Mockingjay Part 1 and Mockingjay Part 2, we needed more expansive sets and locations that were outside. So we moved some of our production to Europe as well.
Can you tell me, with the books having so many cliffhangers to choose from, how did you know where you wanted to stop this installment of the movie?
We laugh because we were all really obsessed with Breaking Bad, and we would think, well, how would Breaking Bad leave it? And we're like, oh, Breaking Bad is going to leave it at the most dramatic moment. There is a moment where we go to black, and you can see that the movie could end there. And we thought about that being the ending. But we were like, it's just too mean to the audience, and it's too frustrating to have that many questions.
The biggest question, what can we expect from Hunger Games, the second part of Mockingjay?
Well, it'll pick up after Part 1, and I think this is where we'll actually get to see, Katniss seek revenge.
Miss Everdeen, prepare to pay the ultimate price.
What made this film get so much darker than the other films?
All of these characters are greatly impacted by what they experienced. They have been changed by the events of the Hunger Games. Each one of the main characters is not the same person anymore, and we don't want to gloss over that. And so I don't actually look at it as any darker than the other movies. I think of them as being very naturally how each thing would give rise to the next.
These stories are set in a science fiction world. It is, a make-believe place, but we wanted to make them as realistic as possible.
Well, speaking of making the characters more relatable in that way, you have Effie as a main part of this film. What made you want to keep her and make her into this kind of a bigger role than she was in the book?
She's starting to really doubt what has always been a given for her, which is her place in the world versus theirs. And so we thought, it would be such a missed opportunity not to get to see that taken to the next step. And we thought, rather than introducing a new character, it would be so much more interesting to take someone we know who's complex and to imagine what would it be like for her to be an unwitting revolutionary. She doesn't sign up for it. She doesn't believe in the politics, but she cares about the people.
I want everyone who's watching to lay down their weapons now.
You're alive. Well, the film is being released everywhere on November 21st. How are you feeling about it?
I feel really good. I'm really proud of it. Excited to put it out there into the world, and I think the fans are going to love it.
There are some big surprises and some really shocking and emotional moments, and to just watch people watch it, it's really super exciting. You make the movie for them, and so when you get to finally give it to them, that's awesome.
I have a message for President Snow. If we burn